This comment is one of the best observations I've seen in a really long time because you are absolutely 1000% correct. When you look at WWE history, even before Vince took over, it was always an American sound faced bound company. That was always the product, and it still is. And unlike his father, who unironically had a foreigner, Bruno Sammartino, as the face of the company, as at the American bred and born guy, Vince hit that fucking money with Hulk Hogan. Hit the money. When you think of American born and bred muscle power, it's fucking Hulk Hogan. And that's the way that Vince marketed him. And it took off. We all know that it took off. But when you look at Vince's history after Hulk Hogan started to die out and he tried to get Ultimate Warrior over, you could see that he was always trying to chase this high. He was always trying to find the next Hogan. Warrior didn't work, even though he looked like a Hogan-esque character, especially with the kids. He had the attitude and the backstage politics of Hulk Hogan, but he was not able to deliver like Hogan. And when we look at other big names that came after, like Michaels and Hart, they only really became the faces of the company out of necessity. In hindsight, we can look at it as the right choice because both of them were absolutely phenomenal performers. But there's no way in hell that you could tell me in the late 1980s, early 1990s, mid 1990s, Vince looked at them as the next face of his company. There's no fucking way. When he even tried to do Diesel Power even shortly after, that shit didn't really work. Vince was chasing the dragon with the Lex Express. Even when we go back to the faces that did work, Austin, again, was a face out of necessity because of the wars. Even when we look at The Rock, Vince latches onto The Rock out of necessity. And there are plenty of other examples. And this is not a commentary as to these guys who actually became the face of the company. They rightfully earned it, and they were able to deliver as to why they became the face of the company. So it's not a commentary on the performers themselves. But it is for Vince because he was always trying to get the next Hogan, and luckily, to his credit, he just fell into luck every 4 or 5 years. And that really is what explains the Roman experiment. Because yeah, John Cena did fit that role, but Vince has decided instead of just looking for another Hulk Hogan, he was just going to build one from scratch. And obviously under Vince, Roman just was not able to work. Bryan, again, was out of necessity because the fans were turning on him and it was starting to hit that bottom line. So they had to do something with Bryan. It's absolutely poetic that Cody became the face of the company once Vince was gone. I think so, at least. Now, don't get me wrong. Cody is actually backed by the fans, but there's no doubt in my mind that he became the American Nightmare, which is a gimmick that he got from his brother, to make himself appealing to WWE executive standards. But in short, he literally is everything that Vince has been chasing since the early 1990s. It's just poetic that once he's gone, the company finally gets what Vince has been chasing for this entire time.